She tells me. Good evening. It is Monday, June 1st, 2020, and I call this special session of the Speedway Town Council to order. I am David Lindsay, President of the Town Council. Joining me this evening to my far right is Councilor Gary Rakes.
Good evening.
To my immediate left, Councilor Dan Jensen.
Good evening.
To his left, Vice President of the Council, Vince Noblet.
Good evening.
To his left, Councilor Eileen Fisher.
Good evening.
And to her left, our Clerk Treasurer, Jacob Blaisdell.
Good evening.
And also with us in the audience is our Town Attorney, Bob Clutter.
How we do?
Our agenda has been posted, which we will follow this evening. The first item on the agenda is our Pledge of Allegiance. If everyone would please stand. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
So item 2 on our agenda is the main reason, which is why we're here this evening, is approval of a contract for our new town manager. This has been a long-awaited, as I can attest for myself, a long-awaited happy event, I think, for the town. I'm happy to announce that we have extended an offer to Carlos May to be our next town manager, which he has verbally agreed to. And he worked, just real briefly, he worked under Mayor Greg Ballard in his office. And Carlos will be joining us Monday for our council meeting that night to officially meet him, and we'll have some press releases as well. Council's pleasure.
Well, I'll make a motion that we approve the contract for the new town manager, Carlos May.
Second.
There's been a motion and a second to approve the contract for Carlos May to be our next town manager. Any questions from the council? I would note that the contract has been reviewed by council and by our attorney as well. So hearing no questions, we'll then call for the vote. All those in favor of approving our town manager contract for Carlos May signify by saying aye.
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 Opposed? Carries 5-0. Item 3 on our agenda is report from our council members. We'll begin with Councilor Rakes.
First, a big welcome. I'm sure everyone else will be the same for Carlos. It was an extended process, if not for no other reason because of COVID-19, but it was a good process. There were a number of great applicants, and we narrowed it to a smaller number as we kept going. And Carlos just seems to be a great candidate. We'll hear more about him in the days to come, but just excited about that. And then just with everything going on in our society right now with some of the civil unrest and protesting and so forth that's going on, I just would bring everyone in our community's attention to that and ask you to pray for everyone that's concerned about it, whether it's you're in favor of what people are protesting or not in favor. I just would encourage people to do that and to certainly reach out to your neighbor and make sure they're okay, whether they're like you, they're opposed to the things you believe in, but we'll get a lot more done by working together than we will by working apart. So that's the only thing I'd like to say.
Thank you. Councilor Eileen Fisher.
I have nothing this evening.
Councilor Dan Jensen.
I too would like to welcome Carlos May. I'm excited to see him in this new role in this town. I think he's going to do a great job, and I want to extend my welcome to him. And I know these are trying times. I would just like to encourage everyone, if you can find it within yourself, to have a little more patience with your neighbor, your fellow man, whoever it is. This is the first pandemic of my life, and it's a challenge. It's crazy, and I want to thank, all the first responders and all the essential workers and everybody who's been putting in hours and putting themselves at risk, and we are very grateful for all that you're doing. So, thank you.
Great, thank you. Our Vice President of our council, Vince Noblet.
I just want to echo what you said, David and Gary, about Carlos's background, and I think he's going to bring a lot of energy to this town. I think having a leader with his qualifications, knowledge, and background, that he can really add a lot right off the start. And I'm sure that Jacob will give him the full induction and history to get him off on the right foot, right?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, sure. And, but Carlos will definitely, I think, has a lot of challenges like we all do in these days. And I appreciate, David, all the time that you spent on top of all the COVID and now all the emergencies. And you, I mean, your job is like multiple levels at this point in time. And I appreciate the time that you're putting in. But I just look forward to Carlos coming in and helping us as a town and moving forward. Thank you.
Thank you. I will ask our clerk treasurer if he has anything to add this evening. Seems odd that he wouldn't say anything.
I wasn't on the agenda, but no, just very happy to welcome Carlos onto the team. It's been compliment you, David, on the work you've done kind of in the interim. Obviously, me still being around, having been the town manager, some of that workload has kind of followed me over, but you've also taken on a lot in the time, and appreciate the work that you've done, and just excited to get Carlos on board and up to speed. Looking forward to it. Thank you.
Great, thank you. And very quickly, your office, the town hall is open, but it's by appointment only, correct?
By
Just a
appointment
reminder.
only. Yeah, we've had some other communication out there, but yeah, office is open, but we ask that you just call us 317-246-4111 to make an appointment so we know that you're coming.
Great,
That's it.
thank you. The final is my report. I'd like to thank the council for all the time and effort they've put in, and it's been a long few months, and the very last few months have been, we put in a lot of work, and I think Carlos is going to do great things. I'm excited and appreciate the kind words, but it's been a team effort. We have a great team in town, department heads and town employees and everyone else that makes things, I wouldn't say smooth all the time, but makes things run as well as what we can with what we're facing now. So with that, I will adjourn the meeting at 7:08 p.m.